Rise and shine, it's a brand new day. Ken and Ken take the stage, ready to play. Weekdays at 10, the cars and the scene. Coffee in hand, they're living the dream. Question in the voice, got the whole town awake. Bringing fire to the mic, make no mistake. Shows in the corner, spitting out facts. Dropping truth bombs, ain't holding back. Ken and Ken in the morning, feel the heat. From 10 a.m. CST, can take a seat. Live and loud, that break in the mind. Light up your speakers, crank up the sound. They're talking about life upside down. Opinions exploding like a sonic blast. In the studio, they're built to last. With passion and grit, they engage and ignite. Every single week, they're all force can't fight. From sports to politics,
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Ken and Ken in the morning. It's early in the morning. Well, not that early, but it's morning. And we're here and you're there. And there's Man Hour.
Oh, hey there, Man Hour.
And oh, wait, there's Fred.
What's up there, Fred?
Mike check a 1-2. Mike check for him. Wait a minute. Got something else for him. Got something else for him this morning.
What?
We are ready for today. The hell you mean? Ken, Joe, how are you this morning? It's early noon. What? Oh, it's nearly noon. It's 10 o'clock in the morning Central.
No, I was going to say it's 11 o'clock on the East. It's nearly noon.
In another hour.
It's only 8 o'clock for me.
Yeah, Joe's like, it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
Joe's like, shit, I just woke up.
Oh, yeah.
Hell, you just woke up. What are you talking about? I can see you barely had time to get the coffee.
Yeah, I've been up for a while. I just haven't made it down to the basement.
That's right. I forgot, Joe. He wakes up at 8, right? Goes get his coffee, starts his way towards the basement, finishes a cup of coffee, has to get another one, and it takes him another hour to get down the stairs into the basement.
You forgot this process starts at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's 6. The trials and tribulations of the retired people.
Well, hey, what can I say? When you wake up in the morning, you got to sit there, come to life, and see what the hell nonsense is going on with the day. And by then, I usually get stuck watching videos for a bit, and I'm like, oh, shit, it's almost time. I should probably get down the basement.
Dude, that's how, if I stay up late, I go to bed like 2 or 3 in the morning, and like that's why I end up on YouTube. I end up watching videos all night. I understand why how the kids can do this now, because like I was always like mystified, like why aren't you guys watching like network TV shows like
because now you're getting little niche things for each and every one of us on YouTube.
Dude, no, yeah, and it's like or just most random like little documentary type 20-minute documentary videos, and some of these are like really good. So yesterday I was watching.
That takes you down another rabbit hole.
Yeah, well, yeah. But yesterday, the last one I watched, I was like, gonna go to bed. And I came across like, it's almost 3. I gotta go to bed. But I watched it anyway, so it pushed me just a touch over 3. It was interesting. It was talking about the political divide, like between urban and country, right? And like why there is such a voting block divide, I guess. And he went through the historical numbers of like how basically, urban areas and the countryside used to kind of vote a lot, very similar. And then he went through, the different mindsets of the city person versus the country person and why the divide is going the way it is. It was interesting. It's like little stuff like that. And here's the thing about it. These videos normally aren't an hour and a half or 2 hours long. They're 20-minute bites. So like, 20 minutes, that's not bad. I can do that. And you're watching, next thing you know, you're watching another 20-minute video and a 10-minute video and a 5-minute video. And you're like, the next thing you know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. You're going, holy hell, I was going to go to bed 3 hours ago. So, and then there's stupid ones that you just watch because you're peaked, like watch me build an underground shelter from scratch. And you see like a guy who got his little e-tool shovel. You're like, there's no way this guy's going to build like a little shelter, like, this thing that they showed in the caption. There's no way. Sure enough, here he is with his little e-tool tool and a little handsaw, and next thing you know, he's got a two-bedroom underground apartment. You're like, what the hell did I just watch over the last 45
with a
minutes?
water slide.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I'm so yeah. You get stuck with it at 4 a.m. My day is starting. Yeah, see, I'm going to bed. Last night I went to bed at 3 a.m. But I was up by 8:45 this morning. I woke up before my alarm. It was nice.
Hmm.
After my recovery day yesterday from the weekend.
Shit, you're gonna have another recovery day coming up soon too.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, no, it's a cruise, man, and this cruise is designed for one thing: to sleep.
Well, don't you have to drive a decent amount to get to this one too?
Yeah,
Or?
but we're doing that tomorrow afternoon, just to Tampa. It's like another 6-hour drive, 6-7 hour drive, whatever. And
You
then
know,
Monday we get off the boat and we just drive home. That's the day. It's like,
you know what's funny, Ken? My old man happens to be in Florida right now. He just
Hmm.
got to Vero last night.
doing a cruise?
Mm-mm. My old man back in the 80s used to be a cop down in Vero.
Oh,
And
Beach? Okay.
yeah, his partner is the guy that I'm named after, and it's kind of like his second family. So he goes down there occasionally to visit them. So he's
Nice.
down now.
Yeah, no, don't blame them. Yeah, no. So now this will be a relaxing trip, unlike the weekend we just had, which was like drive up, go to baseball game,
Hey Ken,
get up.
you might want to ask yourself if that's his only second family.
If you knew my father, that joke would be hit a hell of a lot harder.
I didn't want to go there, Joe, but Joe decided you wanted to go there this morning.
I'm just saying, like, what a perfect cover. Hey, I'm going down to see my partner. Like.
Well,
But
so
it's
this is like
funny
the
about
third or the fourth one.
But you know what's funny about the cruises there, Ken, is we end up watching because you have limited TV on the cruise ship normally, right? And we end up watching the Border Patrol show, like Call It the Border,
Mm-hmm.
and we get addicted to it every cruise, and we come home and watch it for a bit, and then we stop. But I mean, yeah, so we watch
That's
all
like
our
my
border-
old lady and I will get watching every so often. We'll get on a random kick where we'll watch the police body cam videos there for like 2-3 days straight, and then not touch it for like a year.
Oh, that's like the Frank Sloop videos, like Fridays with Frank. Like I love watching his stuff. Now he's got, and then he's got his own channel. He's got the county that he works for. They put out videos. Now he's got his own channel where he kind of looks at what other guys are doing. Oh my god, that stuff's comedy gold sometimes. It's like
No, but there's not too long of a distance between my sister.
dude. I mean, I live PD. Yeah, I guess it's not bad, but I like watching the Frank Sloop videos. It's just like some are just so like the sovereign citizen folks are like the easiest. Like you just know how it's going to go. Like the second the cop pulls up, like now I've watched enough videos where I know how this is going
Mhm.
before it comes out because you can just tell by these people, and you're like, dude, he pulled you over for like the most simplest infraction, of which if you were a nice guy, they'd probably just give you a warning and send you on your way. But no, now you're getting your window broken, you're getting tased, cuffed, thrown in the back of a car. You're going to a county for a couple of days, because you did a rolling stop at a stop sign.
Over a
And
failure
wanted to
to
be
use your blinker.
belligerent.
Yeah.
Over a failure to use your blinker.
Mm-hmm. Or what I also love on the inverse too is the cop auditors, where they'll go after the ones that are assholes and massively abusing their power. That way, you got the guy that's sitting there that thinks he's Johnny Law, and nah. That's like when my old man was a cop. When he was training them, every rookie that he trained, he brought through and said, "What does your patch say? Protect and serve, not arrest and harass. You're there to help people, not be a dick."
But
Now, granted, some people make you be a dick.
like this, the last one I watched, this lady gets pulled over for no license plate on her Tesla. So the cop pulls her over. Maybe and look at the temp tags are paper. In some
Mhm.
states they can fall off, and frankly, in some states they fall off. So you just pull them over, say, "Hey, I need license, registration."
Mhm.
If the temp tag fell off, no big deal. We'll send you on your way. This lady's like, I don't have to give you my name. Well, I'm gonna give you my name. She gives a first name. She's like, okay, well, we need to buy. Well, I can't remember her name, but I'll just say Clara. Okay, Clara, what's your last name? What's your date of birth? I don't have to give you that. I'm traveling. Yeah, I don't need tags. And Man Hours got it. And she's like, look, like we just need to verify who you are and verify this isn't a stolen vehicle. And if the 10th tag fell off, no big deal. We can send you away. And this lady launched into the whole tirade. Next thing you know, her kid's in the car. She's taking her kid to school. Next thing you know, both of them are pulled. She's pulled out of her car. Of course, and you know what she demanded for? A supervisor. So, they're like, okay, cool. Well, she wants to talk. It's like, well, we're not talking to you now until the supervisor gets here because you asked for a supervisor. This is Orlando PD, by the way. And so at the end of the day, she gets arrested. The car's going to get towed, but there's a good story with that one. They end up giving her a police escort for her daughter to walk to school. The cop walks the daughter. He's like, look, man, or to the kid, he's like, look, I'm not going to walk the other way. I'm not going to embarrass you. I'm just going to walk with you, make sure you get to the building, and then when you're safe, I'm going to let you go. But he asked her a couple questions, and then says, hey, this is where here's a phone number you can get to your mom, blah, 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 blah. Well, her partner shows up, also a sovereign citizen, and he's like, well, I'm not going to show you this, that, and the other. And the cops are like, at this point, they're like, the tow truck's there, and they're like, well, are we towing it? This is where the cops did him a solid. Look, we're going to leave. As long as you don't drive in our presence, we don't see you take this home, you're okay. But if we see you driving and you get pulled over, we're going to go over the same thing that your partner just did. Because he wouldn't want to show ID. He wanted this, but he was like, I'm taking possession of the vehicle. I said, all right, fine. But he didn't want to do these other things. But they did him a solid. Let him go. Let him drive it home. They should have just towed that. But, oh, my God.
You wouldn't believe the number of times in my 20s when I should have had cuffs put on me, but because I was a reasonable guy and relatively followed along, I got let go many of times when I should not have.
Oh, dude, I was flying to Fort Benning, like not in a plane, in my car, flying to Fort Benning to go do some. I think I could go do it was like a physical, but what do we used to call it? It was like a 2-day deal you had to go to. Anywho, I'm flying down the road and I see the cop pull you. I think, oh man, I'm busted. So I slow down, just waiting for the cop to come get me. He blew right past me, got some guy who had just passed me. I was like, yes.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Let's just say one of the times, I'm not going to tell the story here, but that would have been the bust of the cop's career.
See, in my younger days, I used to have that convict mentality of like, oh, the cops are all out to get you. And so, I went to jail numerous times, but eventually I figured out, you know what? It's crazy. It took me so long to figure it out, but it's like, if I'm not actually breaking the law, the cops don't actually fuck with me, dude. Like, it's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing.
Most of the time. Now, granted, I have had bad interactions with just that dickhead that thought he was Wyatt Earp out there type of shit.
Yeah.
But most of my interactions have been generally good.
Yeah, because if you're good with them, respectful, like comply. It's kind of I only had one instance where the cop was like, "Come on!" This is way back in college. I was in bed trying to sleep. I had drilled the next morning. I was still in the National Guard, so I had to get up dark early. So I went to bed. I'm sleeping. The roommates are having a little bit of a party. Cops come by for a noise complaint. I'm passed out. Next thing I know, I got pounding on my bedroom door, like, "Wake up! The cops are here." I'm like, "Man, I'm sleeping. What do I care?" Next thing I know, the cop's like, "Well, you need to turn the music down." I'm like, dude, you guys literally just woke me up out of bed. I was sleeping. Why, talking to these guys who were partying. I'm literally in bed asleep. I get arrested for the noise complaint. I was in bed asleep. I'm like, dude, I was sleeping. You're the guys who are making the noise. I was like, okay, whatever. But college time, college kid, college cops, you know how that goes. Other than that, like, that dude was they were just going to arrest people that day. They didn't care. But like you get pulled over,
I I wasn't the mule, but I was definitely involved.
By the time the cop gets to the
Past
window,
tense.
by the time the cop comes to the window, I already have my license, registration, and insurance out for him. Window rolled down all the way with my hand sitting there with the like, "Hey, how you doing?" I mean, you're nice to the guy. You're good to go. I mean,
Yes,
you
sir.
know,
No, sir. And on your way.
yeah.
Just,
Oh, that's a
just
good
that
question,
simple.
Jay. Wait till you see the next question. That's a good question. A lot. Especially like you get caught speeding. I'm in uniform and like you're cool with the cop. He's cool with you. He's like, "Hey man, just slow down." I've had that a lot. I had one cop when he pulled me over, said, "Let me see the." I went to hand him my driver's license. He wanted to let me see the real ID, meaning the military ID. And I was an NCO at the time. Hey, Sergeant, you need to slow down a little bit. Like, gotcha. However, I did have one cop, 9/11. Um, it was 9/12. It was like the day after, whatever. I was at my unit at East St. Louis, and we didn't know back then. Are we deploying? Are we not deploying? Remember, 9/11 was a crazy day. That whole week after was crazy. We didn't know if we were going to war. There was mobilizations going on. Are we going? Are they saying it's to New York to help out there? This, that, and the other. So I'm on the way home to go grab my gear, and I'm taking a shortcut through St. Louis, the St. Louis Zoo area. And there was no posted speed limit, but I'm moving like 30. Turns out it was a 20. I got pulled over, and I'm in uniform. Say, hey, I'm just trying to get to the house, grab my gear, and go. We're about to get an airplane and go somewhere. And she's like, well, the posted speed limit, I'm like, ma'am, there was literally no posted speed limit when I pulled. I mean, if I was speeding, I was oblivious to it, but cars were flying all around me. She wrote me a ticket in uniform. But when I went to the judge, he threw it out. So it's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I got out of a lot of tickets that way. I mean, and there were times I was in military vehicles. I'm flying down the interstate, literally waving at the cop in the middle of the road while I'm doing 100 miles an hour. So, you know,
Shit, I
it, it,
had one time. I'd say probably my absolute worst interaction. Got pulled over, me and my buddy driving back to my house, and we're literally driving on like past my front yard, getting to the driveway. The cop pulls us over, and you can tell he's fishing, trying to see if he can get anything to where he can get us out of the vehicle. And of course, it was absolutely nothing. And him being a right prick, as soon as I got out, I went and looked to see what his squad car number was because he didn't know. My father happened to be the doctor for the jail that his office was stationed at. Well, as soon as he seen me peek my head around and see what his squad car number was, man, that son of a bitch was circling my block for the next hour, just waiting for me to leave. Believe me, he got a nice earful from his sergeant for that one.
I mean, look at cops have bad days. They have good days. They're good cops, and there are cops who probably should be. Just like there are guys in the military who shouldn't be there, and we eventually weed those people out. I mean,
Unfortunately, I have seen with cops that some of those guys don't get weeded out just because they're buddies with somebody
yeah,
and
yeah,
that
this one's fail up,
nonsense.
and it's who they know and not what they know. And
Hmm.
but you know what? Though, that's any profession you're in. Um, you know, sometimes you just catch the guy on a bad day. I've caught a cop or two on a bad day where I'm like, dude, like, are you all right? And then all of a sudden they kind of some of those guys like, dude's having a bad day. I'm sorry. It's like, hey, no big deal. I mean, they're people too. You just if you treat them like assholes, though, they're gonna treat you like an asshole. But that's why I love watching those videos because these people, the sovereign citizens, are the best because they just think the law doesn't apply to them. Like, dude, and it was funny because that Orlando one, she's like, "Have you ever Did you get an Orlando's a Florida driver's license?" And the lady said, "Yes." Well, when you did that, you agreed to these things. Well, I revoked it. Well, and it's funny as it turns out, her license was revoked by the state for other things they found out when they finally got her identity. But it's like, it's like these people just crack me up. Like, what's the
That's the
point,
shit
though?
that that's the shit that I never freaking got. Like I can understand when you're just walking by and they're asking you for an ID, kiss my ass. You ain't no reason for
Yeah, they
that.
used to do that. Did that
But
in New
pulling
York
you
as well.
over, you got to hand over your ID type of shit at that point.
I mean, it's just like you're driving a car that and every time, every traffic stop, and they ask for an ID. I don't have to give you ID. the loss and the.
I was gonna say it's a traffic stop.
It's like, oh my god,
Dude, and the women are the funniest because,
oh yeah.
oh, dude, they get dragged out of the car, and I'm just sitting there laughing the
You're
whole
touching
time.
me. I'm uncomfortable because you're touching me. You're being arrested. What do you think it's supposed to be like?
like, you're
especially
hurting me.
when they're drunk on top of it.
It's like, you're hurting me. You're hurting me. Stop resisting.
You
I'm
were
not
just spitting and
resisting.
clawing my eyes out.
They're like,
I
I'm
watched
not
this other one.
resisting.
It wasn't Frank. It was this other guy. He's from California, but he embeds himself in PD for his podcast. He does ride along, and he did one with Frank Sloop, and it was a DUI. And this guy was the happiest DUI. He's like, Frank, we know each other, and he was like a happy. I mean, he was getting a DUI. He was getting hauled off the jail, but he could care less in a way. He was super cool. And Frank's like, you're a cool dude. I hate to give you all these tickets, but by the way, here's your 8 citations. But he was like, but after the thing, he's like, hey, you could act one of two ways. Like you could, he's gonna be fine. It was hilarious.
Oh yeah, dude. I got pulled over doing 90 in the construction zone. And because I'm sitting there bullshitting with the cop like normal, he gave me a ticket, but instead of it being the speeding 90 miles an hour in the work zone, it was if I had my seatbelt over my shoulder. I went to court on that one. They go, do you want to talk to the DA or that? I said, absolutely not. I said, I'll take that, and I'll take the points with it because I don't get points on my shit. It don't mean nothing to me.
It's weird when like these NFL guys are getting these tickets for 120. Like, what kind of asshole are you being to the cop when he pulls you over? Because like, if you're Stephon Diggs, I'm just gonna. Not that it's been him with the speeding ticket. I don't think Stephon's done the speeding ticket. Oh, here comes Broski. I don't think Stephon's been a speeding ticket guy, but like, one of these guys who gets a speeding ticket for 100, like, dude, the second the cop realizes you're an NFL player, if you're being cool with him, he's probably not going to write you for 120. Like, well, I played for the Vikings, and like, are these guys just being total dicks to the cops and they get pulled over? I mean, dude, like, you're an NFL player, like. Yeah, man, come on, man. I just got this big paycheck. I bought the Aventador. I had to try it.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's a lot of cops that I see that you don't get no special treatment no matter who you are. And those are the ones I do appreciate.
But it makes you wonder, right? Yeah, do you know? My favorite one, this one girl gets her dad was like the chief of police. Goes, do you know who my dad is? The cop shop back. Why you don't? I mean, like Tyreek Hill, just take your ticket, shut. They know he's Tyreek Hill. Like, dude, I'm just running late. But no, he wanted to be an ass about it.
Yeah, dude, he's lucky they didn't smash that window right away. Because honestly, if I'm the supervisor or sergeant, whatever, I'm telling those cops, don't ever do that again. Like, do never let someone with blacked out windows bullshit that long. You don't know if he's getting a gun out to shoot you, man. You bust that window.
Yeah, and it wasn't about affording tickets, Fred. It was just that I only had one ticket in like 15 years.
No, he's talking about NFL players that get tickets because the cops are like, they figure you can afford
I totally misunderstood.
Like if Tyreek Hill would have just been cool with the cops, that whole situation would have never happened. But he decided, well, I want to be Mr. Important, and I'm more important than you and all this other bullshit. Next thing you know, he was sitting on the curb while the fans were going, hey, we're on the way to watch you. Well, maybe not. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like,
and kind of to Fred's point, then you can afford the ticket. Just take the freaking ticket at that point and don't be an asshole.
You could just like, dude, I'm running late. I forgot my lights at the house. I'm Tyreek Hill. You can easily.
Now you're gonna say you can look me in the face and know who I am.
Write me. I mean, I'm obviously on the way to the stadium. Write me whatever tickets you need to. I just can't be late. I'll pay whatever the fine is and be gone. He could have done that even, but no, it's like I forgot my lights at the house. Well, okay, you just admitted to another. You should have done. Be cool about it. Don't be indignant about it. Like, you fucked up, but Tyreek Hill decided that his fuck up was that cop's problem. If you would have just been cool with the cop would be like, dude, no problem. We'll just write you a bunch of tickets, or we'll just give you a police escort in. I mean, that would not have been outside the realm of possibilities if he had not been an asshole.
Yeah, the whole not making things worse for yourself is like, it seems to be like a lack of common sense with people anymore. It's like, guys, come on, like. You're not going to win. You're with the cops. You're not going to win. Like, you have to play ball, man. Like, be respectful.
You know what? Like, look at the Josh Jacobs situation. Perfect example of, hey, turn myself in, cooperate, get released, and now they're just going to go through the wickets, right? Patrick Kane, same way back when he had his thing in the NHL, right? Turned himself in, went through the wickets, everything got dropped. But these guys who want to, oh, you're going to have to come and get me, and I'm going to make a big, TikTok about it. Like, ugh. Yeah. Louisville. We're talking about Louisville. Hold on, let me see what Louisville's special. I missed that kind of allowed cops on power trips a couple years ago. Golf.
Yeah, I'll definitely give you a lot of cops around power trips because in Oswego, where I was originally from, that place was very corrupt.
Oh, Ken, this one's for you.
Yeah, it is. Not me, Ken. You can. Josh turned himself in because he paid the girl $250K to drop her story. Oh yeah, that's everything too. The cop pulls up. This is what the cop sees. Yes, officer. Can I help you? Like,
now I have no problem with people having those recording cameras that are already stationary in the car.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody's on video. That's fine. But yeah, putting a phone in somebody's face, no matter who they are, is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? Like, not all, but most PDs, most state agencies, they all wear the dash with the body cams on. Like when the cop comes on, he's got the body cam. Like, you don't need this.
To be fair, there are cops that footage mysteriously goes disappearing.
Well,
just like the cop that had just gotten in trouble for sleeping with someone in the back of his car. And his bright idea for this was, I'm going to take my body cam and I'm going to throw it in the river.
But the thing, if their body cam's on, you can get the charges thrown out because they violate policy.
And my has that has backfired on the libtards who wanted that to be a requirement. Like now people actually see what the cops go through and actually like, you know what I mean? It had the opposite effect. It's like, dude, like look what they have to deal with. Like look how these people act. This is out of control, man.
That was on that Netflix show, the golf show. It's one of the bigger names in the tour. Yeah, the cop he was driving through the back gate or whatever, and they didn't know who he was. They originally detained him for a second. Then they found out who he was, they didn't let him go. He's like, dude, I'm actually a golfer. I'm supposed to be here. And they're like, we don't know who you are. And they couldn't identify him for whatever reason. Then they finally did. They let him go. I mean, that happens. And they were cool about it. They weren't being assholes, but he was getting a little prickly with them.
I was going to say, I'd be a little prickly over that.
Are you talking about Scotty Schefter when he like drugged the cop or whatever?
No. It wasn't. It might have been one of Schefter's arrests. He's been arrested a couple times. But no, it was at a PGA event, and he was going through the gate, and they didn't recognize him, and he tried to kind of go. So they arrested him, and then they figured out who he was, and then they let him go. But it's like, and they were cool about it. They were doing their job. I mean, that's the thing. You just assume, okay, I'm an NFL football player. I'm a professional golfer. They know who I am, dude. Not necessarily. Like, like if an MLB player came, if I was standing guard somewhere and some MLB player came through, I might not know who they are. I don't watch baseball like I used to, or hockey as much as I used to. You don't necessarily know who these players. Let's face it, when you're watching a football game and some lineman comes through and says, "Hi, I'm Joe. I'm a lineman for the Raiders." Like, okay, I watch a lot of Raiders games, but the only time I see Joe is when he's got a helmet on, so I don't see his face. I see a uniform and a helmet with a name on the back of it. I don't know that him. So I mean, come on.
Yeah. Shout out Wyndham Clark for winning the U.S. Open. And just in case you guys haven't heard, you might want to Google Wyndham Clark's girlfriend. Yeah, that's all I could say.
Broski's going to start a podcast on WAGs. The Broski WAG Hour. That's what we should call it. We could go over the WAGs.
Packer fan can let me know if you do.
Okay, it was Wyndham what?
Wyndham Clark.
In football news, though, they asked George Kittle because they were like, "Hey, so what do you think? What do you think about Brandon Ayuk going to another team?" And he said that's their headache to deal with. They could deal with all the problems that come with that. Like, dude, for your own teammate to be throwing you
Yeah.
under the bus like that, like it's one
Wow.
thing if the organization hates you, but even your teammates hate you. Like, dude, it just gets worse and worse for that guy. Like,
Well, I thought it was funny. He posted the video of himself speeding, then wondered why he gets a ticket. Like, dude, you gave him video evidence. You posted for the whole world to see video evidence of you breaking the law, and you're wondering why you got a ticket.
mhm.
Oh, did Mendoza not sign yet? They still haven't figured out the money?
Not yet, as far as I know. Him and Ty, I think, are still waiting.
Yeah, they just want the bigger bonus money. I don't know why Ty's waiting. You know he's not. These players, man. Some of these players, it's like it makes you wonder. And then you get guys who are just like DJ Moore. He's just a great guy. Everywhere he goes, everyone likes him. He's always happy. He doesn't really get. I mean, he can get upset. We saw the Arizona game, but overall, he's always happy. He looks like he's a great teammate. His teammates say great things about him. The organization says great things about him. Fans, I mean, it's like it's not hard, dude, to be a good guy.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about Fernando. Like, he'll
I
sign.
want to vote for him and Kirk. We just become best friends.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Like, I think he'll definitely sign by training camp. He's the number one overall pick. You want to make sure that you get this contract right, that you get, everybody's
I
happy.
mean, the number one pick. It's fully guaranteed.
Yeah, they owe him the money anyway. He just is.
Yeah, it's just how much do we want to give you up front?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there might be some other language in the contract, though. I mean, look, we see from our foxhole, we see the dollars, the years, how much up front. But there's always these little things that we don't see, like certain little riders in these contracts. You know what? Let's circle back to that, though, because that was the big rumor with Caleb when he got drafted. But you know what, though? If you think about it, it's not. It is kind of surprising when you look at, say, the David Beckham contract from MLS. Now, his contract was he would be able to get a buy-in to buy a club at a certain price point, which by the time he bought Miami FC or bought into the league, I mean, it was worth a lot more than it was when he signed, right? But like Lionel Messi, he's getting an ownership share stake for when he retires. So he doesn't have ownership now. But he's going to have an ownership stake when he retires. I'm surprised that the NFL players, to be honest, haven't gotten wise that, because look at Lionel Messi's contract. His contract is so complex, it's ridiculous. I saw an interview with David Beckham. They were talking about how they got Messi, and then the contract. They're like, oh, the contract was done. Like, dude, he's like, this contract or contracts was ridiculous. They had like Apple's involved because part of his contract is with Apple TV. Adidas was involved for a player contract. I mean, I'm surprised that, like, dude, like if you're Joe Burrow, say, hey, I'll sign my next contract, but I want written into my contract, I want to retire. I get a 3% ownership stake in the club.
Yeah, I got a feeling all NFL owners unanimously are going to tell them to go get fucked, because I highly doubt that they are going to give any type of ownership to a player unless it's something like Tom Brady that did it completely on his own with a club unaffiliated with him.
Well, and now the NFL had to vote, and that's the other thing the NFL does differently. The NFL owners had to vote to let Tom buy a part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm surprised we haven't gotten to that point yet. I mean, maybe what Tom did is the way forward. A guy retires and just buys 5% of a team. But yeah, and Messi's been making huge money, but his contract, though, the MLS is the second time they've done that. I mean, but yeah, NFL, the way they do ownership, I'm surprised players haven't tried it, though.
Oh, they probably have, but it probably hasn't gone public because they got shot right down.
Yeah, I mean, because remember, like back in the 80s, like, the 80s, what'd you do if you're a professional football player? You bought a restaurant, right? Then the 90s, early 2000s, you bought a club. And you always had a few guys in professional sports, like, Karl Malone, Scottie Pippen. You buy car dealerships. right? And their dealership, actually, Malone bought a truck dealership, semi-truck dealership too. But that's how these guys diversified their money. I look at the guys who bought clubs and restaurants. Almost all of them have failed, right? Have closed. Like very, very few. Don Shula's is still open. Ditka's is finally gone. Jordan's never made it. Didn't make it. For the Bears, the longest running player owned restaurant was Gary Fensick. In the '85 Bears, he owned the Hunt Club, which he just sold like 2 or 3 years ago.
Even in Green Bay, the Brett Favre Steakhouse closed.
Yeah, like all these restaurants, they end up closing. Like the Hunt Club, Gary Fensick, I think, had to be one of the longest running player ones. He bought that in the '80s. He just sold it a couple years ago.
I was going to say, you guys remember the baseball player Mike Piazza?
Yeah.
Hall of Fame catcher. So he's from Norristown, Pennsylvania, like right outside Philly, and became very, very successful. He owns a string of Honda dealerships. My goodness, man. Like the biggest ones in the area. This guy's raking it in.
Yeah, some of the players did the dealership thing. A few did.
John Elway.
Pippen, who?
John Elway did the dealership thing, Corvette dealerships and stuff, and he's not hurting for money.
And I remember Magic Johnson bought like 50 Wendy's back in the day.
Movie theaters too. Magic Johnson did movie theaters.
And then Peyton Manning, like always got to respect him for buying all those Papa John's in the state of Colorado where it's legal, like where it's been legal for so long. Like my God, like
and Shaq got into Papa John's. He bought into Papa John's and Reebok and actually, him and AI, he was smart with his Reebok contract because he's making money for them for the rest of his life. I mean, some of these guys were smart with how they did.
AI is funny because he's broke right now, but he has a $30 million trust from Reebok that kicks in 2030. Yeah. So it's gonna he's basically gonna be back to even after that kicks in.
And of course, got the Bobby Bow contract, which is now famous. But I mean, some of these guys are smart, and then after you saw Welcome to Wrexham, because that really exposed it, right? When Rob and Ryan buy the soccer team. Now look at Tom Brady owns a British soccer team. Will Ferrell owns LAFC. These guys all are buying sports teams. Oh, what the hell?
I'll give you that, Fred. That was hilarious.
Fred Bakery? Oh, Fred. Shout out Fred.
It's funny that Fred brings up inbreeding because all the inbreeding jokes against Green Bay, I happen to look in the statistics, and Michigan is a hell of a lot higher in that, Fred.
Whoa.
What the hell's going on in your state there, buddy?
It's because you looked at the wrong statistics. You should have been looking at bestiality.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Joe.
Look at before there was Florida Man, it was Wisconsin Man. Okay.
Holy God.
Florida Man's been going on for forever, buddy. I hate to break that one.
Joe brings up another valid point. Yeah, it's just bestiality. It's not inbreeding. Like, wow.
They're not
Joe, I got to give you credit, man. That you predicted the game, the score of that soccer match last week with Team USA.
Hey,
Spot
there was
on,
more
man.
scoring going on in Santa Clara than the Niners do yesterday.
Oh,
2-1 soccer game. More scoring happened there than happened during Niners game.
Wow.
Speaking of Niners, you see Ayuk sitting there pretty much saying that everything but I'm a commander. He's trying to go over to Washington hard.
Yeah, after they just cut his buddy.
Oh my God, dude! What the?
It's got to be the crunchy kind, man.
It's a Midwest thing, dude. I don't know.
Oh, man,
Man, well, he's in Louisville. That should tell you something right
there. Yeah.
Hey, Packer fan Ken, did you see the stage chat? I dropped okay, yeah, dude, look it up. Just seriously, it's worth it.
I did.
It's worth it.
Why don't you just post a picture at this point? Just show everybody.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's not like horse beauty. Like that's just like natural, pure beauty. Like wow, amazing.
This is what we devolve into during the off season. Hey, broski. I mean, speaking of a slow off season, I'm surprised the Bears haven't put a shovel in the ground in Indiana yet. There's all these articles coming out how they're still hoping Illinois.
Yeah.
They still haven't called a special session though. So
Ken, I'm so frustrated by this that like I can't even read. I haven't been able to read the articles for like the last like 3 weeks to a month. Like I just can't do it. As big of a deal as it is, I can't even follow it.
I'm at the point.
It's too painful. It's too painful. I'm not gonna lie. It's too painful.
I'm just waiting for the point either a shovel drops or Illinois saves. They let that sliver open and Illinois actually jumps on it. But yeah, I don't know. Wait, so Geno Smith yelled at his girlfriend on video? Oh, I didn't know yelling at someone.
No, his girlfriend was yelling at him, talking about supposedly she's going to expose him for some type of abuse and this and that. But to Broski's point,
yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what, them golfers, they don't fly in commercial airplanes. They fly nothing but private. They make a ton of money. I could not, when I started watching, I don't like golf's a 4-letter word for a reason, okay? But that Netflix show they do, I watch it, and it's like the amount of money these guys win at tournaments every week. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous the amount of money these guys make. Yeah, Fred, you're not wrong there. And it's not a presidential library, it's a presidential center. That's the funny thing. It's not a library, it's a center.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a very conservative picture that Packer Fan Cam posted. There's, I'm not saying like X-rated ones, but I'm saying there's more revealing ones, we'll say.
Yeah, I was gonna say I posted the picture I did for a reason.
Yeah, no, I know.
Dan Howard wants to see the picture again. Let him get his morning, jollies.
Emily Tanner. And hopefully there's no peanut butter within reaching distance of Manhour while he looks at that. And hopefully his cat is not home.
The sad thing is it's not even his cat, it's the neighborhood cat.
Oh, yeah. God.
We're going to have to change his name to Goon Hour.
Joe, since you're around the same time, isn't it funny how much the word goon has changed from when we were young to now?
I learned it from my kids, actually.
What do you mean by goon? I guess maybe I'm not understanding.
Gooning is the new term for jacking off.
Oh,
like
okay.
in the kids' generation now, my kids like there was this whole stupid language that was made up with like Riz and Skibbity Toilet Ohio and some crazy stupid shit, but they call it gooning now.
Okay, I didn't know if that meant like fugging, like gooning.
No, see, that's what it used to mean. Yes, that's what it used to mean.
Okay. Well, yeah, like
that's why I was talking to Joe about it because I know he'd get it.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna make a call and get my goons after you. No, that's something completely different, huh? No, that's just something completely different, huh?
Yeah. See, so
makes you wonder what kind of season are we gonna get this year? Oh my
goodness! I've been thinking about this, and it's just like you don't understand. You know how I have that. How I'm very fond of backfield Braxton Jones, and I hope so bad that like at the end of the season he proves me wrong and like plays so well, and everyone can be like, Broski, you're a moron for saying that. I hope that happens. I really do.
Broski, you're in the exact same spot I am with Jordan Morgan.
I've always said that he's serviceable, which he is serviceable. He's not the worst left tackle you could have in this league by far. He's probably somewhere in the middle of the pack. He's shown instances where he could be in the upper piece of the pack. He's serviceable. If let's say it's between him and the Canadian Eagle, split in time even for half the season, I'm okay with that because Pio obviously is going to be the guy, when healthy. I mean, pretty brutal injury he had last year.
Yeah, Ozzy. Yeah.
What was his injury?
Didn't he shear the muscle off or something like that?
He did something to his knee. I don't remember if it was patella or something. But yeah,
he's
it
gonna be out
was.
for at least half the season.
Yeah, because it happened in the Rams game, right? Or no, it happened in the
No,
Packers game.
yeah,
Yeah, it happened at the end of the Packers game.
I mean, but he's serviceable, and so I'm not worried about him. In fact, he signed a very team friendly contract that's only $5 million for a left tackle. That's cheap. Could be worth up to $10 million if he hits his goals, and I hope he hits his goals and costs the Bears $10 million. He can do it.
I hear you.
I think that's why they wrote the contract the way they did, because he's shown that he can be a top, 10%.
Well,
But then he's been backfield.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, and in fairness to him, like this is the first year in years where he's actually healthy in the off season, so he's been hitting the weights and stuff. So I'm just hoping he can play well. And then another guy I'm wondering about too is second round pick from last year, Shamar Turner. It's like supposedly he's moving to defensive end, which honestly might not be a bad idea, because if nothing else, he's at least going to be able to set the edge as a defensive end, which is, dude, something the Bears did lack last season. I mean, other than Sweat, they really just didn't have another like defensive end who could set the edge.
Dio, Dio supposedly they're excited about. Then you've got Shamar Turner's moving, and then you've got
I have big hopes for that kid they drafted in the 6th round. I haven't really spoken about it yet, but that Vandenberg kid.
Oh, Vandenberg, yeah. They got
oh my god, dude, this guy.
I think they're going to be okay. And it's year 2 of the defense, year 2 of the offense. This is going to be an interesting year for Bears fans. I mean, I don't care about, they have the hardest schedule. Last year we had the second hardest schedule, and look what happened. So I hate that argument anyways.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I think that's highly overrated every year, it wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been for them this year. Not nearly.
Speaking of overrated, Manhour, Ken the Packer fan, Manhour wrote a comment for you about Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft's a top tight end.
Yeah, he said Kraft is a top tight end if he's 100%. He's healthy. He's top 5, I would say.
Yep.
Not according to Manhour.
The NFC North is.
That's Manhour stirring the pot.
Yeah, the NFC North is loaded at the tight end position. I mean, the North has a ton of talent at tight end. It's ridiculous. Green Bay just likes tight ends, but the division has a lot of good tight ends, and that just flew right over Kansas.
I for one hope that Laporta gets back to his original self. Like Laporta was fun to watch, man.
Yeah, but I'm kind of wondering if that's just the new him. Like, I wouldn't mind him doing that from an NFL fan standpoint.
and that's how I'm looking at it, is just as strictly as an NFL fan. Like, Laporta was a lot of fun to watch, man, and I hope that he gets back to his former self, because he made that offense very dynamic.
Hawkinson, same way. I mean, look at these tight ends: Hawkinson, Laporta, Kmet, Loveland. These guys are all fun to watch when they're out there, and they all do crazy, amazing things at the tight end position. I mean, honestly, the NFC North is loaded at the tight end position, and probably have 5 or 6 of the best tight ends in the NFL.
Joe, are you going to take that slander?
I mean, I don't think he could be the best tight end of all time.
Brock Bowers is already the best tight end.
Unfortunately for him, he came along at the same time as Brock Bowers. So,
Bowers. Look at. I'm not going to say Bowers isn't really good, but he finally hit a little bit of the injury bug last year. Look at, if Bowers stays healthy, he's got a massive ceiling, right? He could be one of the best of all time, just like Laporta, just like, Loveland, just like, these guys in the NFC North. This is a really good time for tight ends right now. There's some really, really good tight ends in this league. Most of them happen to be in the NFC North, and there's some really good ones out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just tempted to say now, like, that's the actual trend on offense. You need to be like 3 or 4 tight ends deep and actually use 3 of them, because look at the Seahawks, look at the Rams last year.
Look at the Bears now with the 3rd tight end.
Look at the Bears now. Yeah.
I mean, then, Caleb was on the heights, and he's like, and Kelsey's like, hey, you guys got two dogs at tight end. He's like, 2? No, I got 3. And he's like, you don't understand this kid we just drafted, what he can do. And like Caleb's hyping him up. It's like, holy crap, we're going to see a lot of this kid, aren't we? Because when the Bears drafted him, fans were like, okay, we needed a 3rd tight end. We weren't mad. We weren't upset. We were just like, yeah, we need a 3rd tight end. Now Caleb's coming out hyping this guy up like he's Colson Loveland and Cole Kmet. It's like, whoa, we're going to see a lot of this kid.
A complete freak of nature. You know what I mean? Like 6'6", damn near 270 pounds with almost a 40-inch vertical and 9.98 RAS score. Like, dude, what are we talking about? And he just likes mauling people. Like he says, I like putting people in the dirt. That's what he says. I'm like, dude.
Man,
thank you.
To answer your question, Ben Johnson. That's why you need 3 tight ends. He loves 3 tight end sets. He loves using the tight end.
Yeah,
he's a big 12 personnel guy, which is 2 tight ends on the field, and now it's going to be a lot of 13 personnel with 3 tight ends. And what they're going to do, and they're going to have a 13 personnel set. They're going to trot out there with 3 tight ends. So what's the defense going to do? They're going to put their heavy set out there, but when the Bears trot out their 3 tight ends, they might have Xavier Thomas running a 4.28 at running back. They might have Luther Burden out wide, and then all of a sudden, what do? They motion out of it. They motion Loveland out wide. They motion Xavier Thomas out, and then the team's heavy set's not going to be able to cover that.
Yeah, I think you're going to see more of that big nickel back to where you're starting to see safeties more in the nickel position, since we're getting a lot more teams using 2 and you guys 3 tight ends.
Mm-hmm. Let me break this out a different way than how Broski did, because Broski's on, right? But here's the thing: the tight end position is so versatile. That's why you're seeing more coaches go these 2 tight end, 3 tight ends. Because like when the tight end's in, you don't know what they're doing. Are they in there as a blocker, or are they a route runner? It's not like a wide receiver. Wide receiver is there to run routes and catch balls 99.9% of the time, right? They do some blocking, sure, but they're not.
Yeah, you're going to say you have a couple receivers that are good at blocking, but for the most part, no.
Receivers aren't built for blocking, right?
Yep.
There are some that are good, most are crap, right? We get it. Like DJ Moore, good at blocking. Roma Dunze can block. Go figure. In fact, Roma Dunze.
Alan Lazard could block like an absolute phenom. Couldn't fucking play receiver for shit.
There are some outliers, but tight ends by trade are blockers / receivers. So when they throw out a 2 tight end set or 3 tight end set, you don't know if it's a pass play, if it's a run play. It keeps the defense more honest, because it could just be a run play and all 3 guys are there to block. Right? Yeah. You got 3 tight ends and a running back, and Luther Burden out there is like, okay, well, it's is it a pass play? You don't know. All 3 tight ends could be there to block. Or they could be sending all 3 of them out on a sellout, and now it's like, great, you got Luther Burden, Roma Dunze, and 3 tight ends, 5 targets out there who all, by the way, all have yak possibilities, right? Because most of the time for these tight ends, they get lined up on linebackers that can't stay with them. So now you're talking yards after the catch, because they're a good yard or 2 ahead of so they're gaining 5 or 6 yards before a safety can try to come down and tackle them. And we saw how that worked for the Bengals with Colson Loveland in that game. So, I mean, that's why you're seeing these tight end sets, because of the versatility they give you in offense.
Yeah, and that was like one of the low-key draft picks that the Eagles made in the 2nd round. They drafted that tight end wide receiver kid. I mean, technically he's a tight end from Vanderbilt who's just an athletic, just freak of nature. And he's like 6'3" or 6'4".
And he's a former quarterback, so he has an understanding of offense that other tight ends don't have.
And Goddard's still putting up, 600-700 yards and like 7 touchdowns a year. So it's like also the Eagles are going to have 2 good tight ends as well.
And the third thing, these tight ends bring different skill sets. They were former running backs, they were former quarterbacks, they were former receivers. They were even former linemen and linebackers. I mean, the skill sets these guys bring, most of them don't start out being tight ends. They start out in some other position group and transition to tight end because of their body type or athletic ability or whatever. I mean, you've got some, they know that they're almost like mini coaches on the field. You know what I'm saying? I mean, tight ends just give you so much versatility. That's why you're seeing the move. I would not be surprised to see the Bears run 3 tight ends out a lot this year.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, the Saints they drafted a tight end I liked too, Oscar Delp from Georgia, another huge guy, supremely athletic. So they're going to have another nice target for Tyler Shuck to throw to, and they already have Juwan Johnson, who's already like a really good pass catching tight end. So yeah, teams need to get on board with having multiple tight ends who can actually catch and are good.
I don't know if Kelsey's last old school tight end.
Yeah, I would count him as more for a prototype for the new guys because he's a lot more of a receiving and he can kind of block, but he's not outstanding at blocking.
Kittle is last of the old school. I mean, come on, the guy wears an offensive lineman. I think Kittle is more of the old school, but he can, or Kittle is the bridge. I always say Kittle is more the bridge than Kelsey. Like Kelsey's probably faster than Kittle, but Kittle's more like he loves blocking. I mean, dude, how many tight ends do you know that wear that offensive lineman helmet? I think Kittle's the only one. He loves the block. And look at Kittle. Without him, does CMC have some of the games that he's had in San Francisco? Oh, no.
Man, hour, I've seen him kind of get in the way of some guys.
He's protecting Kermit the Frog. Kelsey, protect me.
Hey, leave Chief Frog Throat alone.
It's like even Brock Bowers, for example. Like Bowers is a willing blocker, but he's not a great blocker. Like, it's just not his game.
Cole Kmet was not a good blocker when they first drafted him. He's become, over the years, a very good blocker out of necessity. And that's what's keeping him on this Bears roster, because not only does he have we know he's got great hands, but his his blocking ability has just grown immensely over the years. And like last year, Broski, like he's going to go, and I kept saying no, he's not, because even if Loveland's become the guy they throw to, Komet's going to be the guy who's there for blocking, and because his blocking has grown and his contract's not abhorrently bad. And I guarantee when this contract's up, like you're going to get Komet on a nice deal. Like I think Komet's going to retire a Bear at this point. He's a hometown kid. Of course he's going to stay.
Not Tay.
No,
leave Tay
Oh
alone.
I
no!
know, right? Jeez. One more year of Tay, then she's out of the league. She gets retired from the NFL.
She'll buy a piece of the Chiefs. Watch.
Oh my God, Joe! Don't you put that kind of juju out there?
Oh, I'm not putting it out there. I'm sure Kelsey's in her ear, dude.
Hey, I'm surprised with as much as her and Brittany Mahomes are pals now, that she hasn't bought into their NWSL team.
Yeah, but think about it, dude. Like she's worth over $1 billion, like $1.5 billion, right? They're gonna get married. Do you think Kelsey hasn't been in her ear like, hey, it would be a pretty good investment if we were to take 2/3 of your net worth and dump it into the Chiefs? Like, you get a steady revenue stream, 50 million. What did we work it out to? Something like 50 million a year.
I think for the 5% that Brady bought in year one, he spent what, 250 million, right, for the 5% share, and he's getting at minimum 50 million back a year in return on investment. So in 5 years, it pays for itself, and every year after that, that's
just profit. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're creating a steady revenue stream for the rest of your life, dude. Like, it's a smart move, and plus, it's only going to get better because now with her star power, with her star power being connected to that franchise, dude, I'm telling you.
Wait, that's news to me. Wait. He's saying that Taylor Swift is part owner of the Indians. I mean, the Guardians. I mean, whatever the hell they call themselves these days. I didn't realize she had an ownership stake in that baseball team. That's something you would thought we'd have heard of by now. But yeah, are the Hunts going to want to sell to her? Well, I mean, they would be smart to sell her a piece.
And on that terrible take,
they'll sell to Kelsey. Yeah, we're out of time. JB is next. We'll see you tomorrow before I go on vacation. Guys, great show today. Enjoyed the conversation. They bought into him. Okay, great. Okay, on that note, we're out. We're out of time. JB's next. See you tomorrow, guys. Have a great day. I did not realize